Can y'all hear me, or is it still buffering? Can y'all hear me clearly? Can somebody let me know, or am I still buffering? Is it buffering, Charlotte? Like, am I slow? Okay, y'all, I'm sorry. I don't know what the hell going on. I'm sorry. Okay. All right, y'all. So back to what I was saying. Let me let a few more people get in. I don't know why it's buffering like that. Hey. I had to go out and come back in because I was buffering. Hey. All right, y'all. Well, let me go ahead and get back to what I was talking about. All right. So if y'all on my email list, y'all see that I sent out an email saying that the products, including the digital products, are half off. Okay. The reason why they're half off is because I'm doing a more streamlined approach when it comes to the products that I'm selling. All right. Second thing, I'm going to still be doing readings, but I'm only doing readings 3 days a week. Okay. I'm still going to be doing consultations as well. Classes are going to be 2 types. One for beginners and one for people who are a little more advanced. So you can learn different ways when it comes to hoodoo, when it comes to conjuring, when it comes to dealing with the ancestors, when it comes to making your own stuff, when it comes to being able to understand when your spirit's talking to you, how to work on generational curses and things like that. That's more of what the classes are going to be for the advanced people. For the new people, it's going to be about ancestor veneration, ancestor connection, altar setup, cleansing, how to protect your energy, how to protect your house, how to protect your family, and things like that. That's going to be more so of, more so of what I will be doing coming up. Reason being is because I'm the type of person, when I teach, I don't have agenda. I just talk about whatever comes up, okay? But sometimes when that happens, you have people in classes that are more diverse. Some are just learning, some are, more advanced than others. But I want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to learn like they're supposed to learn, okay? Like I said, all products that are on the website right now are half off until it's gone. What's going is gone. That's it. I'm going to be doing 2 different types of retreats once a year. All right. So next week will be my second annual retreat, but it's going to be a retreat for mentees around in the spring, and then it's going to be a retreat for everybody else in the fall, in September. Okay. I think that's all I want to talk about. All I had to say. That fast. All right, what y'all want to talk about? What y'all want to talk about?
Send me the location. This year about vacation. Flight catching, train taking.
Hey. All right, well, I'm going to talk about something. I said that it's going to be a retreat twice a year. One for mentees and then one for everybody else. Mentees in the spring, everybody else in September, Lily. Okay. Now, I'm going to help y'all out with some things. It is cold, flu, and COVID season. Get y'all some humidifiers and some camphor blocks. Put half of a camphor block inside of your humidifier to keep germs down in your house. If you can put two, like one on one side of the house, and camphor, CAMPHOR, camphor. If you can put one on either side of the house, or if you've got 2-story, one downstairs, one upstairs, do that to keep your air clean and to keep germs from spreading. Okay. If y'all can get some creolina or that concentrated pine sol in the brown bottle with the yellow label, use that to do your cleansing. You can do spiritual cleansing with that as well. You can use it when you mix your water. Put you a bluing tablet in it, a bluing block. So you mix that pine sol or that creolina with that bluing water and clean your house. Wipe your walls, mop your floors, keep the germs out, keep them bad spirits out. You gotta learn how to help yourself. Yep, use creolina. It's good. It's strong as hell. I say one bottle should last you all year. That's all you need is a cap full, because that shit's strong. Yes. Yeah, you can boil pine cones, you can boil pine needles. Another thing y'all can do is you can get your oils, whatever, like if you got protection oil or something like that, right? You can drop a couple drops of it in your water as well. Oils are not just used for dressing candles. If you're buying oils, then you need to make use of it. Creolina is a very strong disinfectant that's used for spiritual purposes, for cleansing. Yeah, you can use it's something like tart water. But yeah, y'all, when y'all have, you can use turpentine too, but you don't want to use too much turpentine, because you got to remember that, hey, turpentine is also a paint thinner. So if it's a paint thinner and you're using that turpentine on your floors, depending on what type of floor you got, it's going to eat it up. Turpentine should be something that you mix and put outside around your house or on your porch. Turpentines will ward off snakes as well. Hey, yep, but it'll ward off snakes as well. All right. So back to what I was saying about these oils and waters, and all that other stuff. Understand how things are supposed to be used. Ammonia, yes, but not much. Use ammonia sparingly because ammonia will get rid of everything, the good and the bad. So you got to use ammonia very sparingly. You can use bleach. If you don't have nothing else, use bleach. Pray over it. Use bleach. But when you spending your money and you buying different things, make sure you getting the use out of it. Make sure you are getting the use out of it. All things have a dual purpose. I don't care what it is. Ain't no such thing as just one way to use stuff. Hey. Thank you. Now I want to tell y'all something else. I know a lot of people like to write petitions, right? I write petitions sometimes. Most of the time, I don't. But for those that do like to write petitions, I'm trying to cut something, y'all, because I can't get it open. What is damn thing? Okay. So when you're writing petitions, make sure you are making sense. That's the first thing I want to tell you, right? Make sure that you. Oh, thank you. Make sure that you are using something that is cohesive to what you want done, right? Okay. Now, if you don't got nothing but a piece of a paper bag, okay, tear it off. Tear off a corner, write what you got to write. If that's all you got, then that's what you do, okay? But if you want to get a little fancy with it, and say you're trying to do some money work, right? A lot of people think that you got to get 15,000 things. It's 15,000 steps for everything, but it's not. First thing I want y'all to do is learn how to, you can use brown paper. Learn how to connect with your spirits before you do any type of work. That's the first thing I want you to understand. And the reason why I said that is because what works for me may not work for you in the way that I show you. So you may take some of what I told you, and then your spirits will tell you, okay, well, you need to do it, a little bit different. Do that. Don't say, oh, well, that's not right. It can't be right because that's not what she said. Damn what I said. If they tell you to do something else, then you do something else. Don't worry about what the hell I said. Okay? So, if you are trying to get money, and I'm talking about real money. I ain't talking about no little bit of money. Okay? Your work should line up with your request. Your sacrifice should line up with your request. Y'all like to write petitions? Get you something that represents some type of money, some type of something, okay? You can use this. Write on this side, whatever you got to write. Use your oil. Put it in the middle. After you write your petition, put it in the middle. Then y'all don't look at my nails, I'm trying to take them off. Put some oil on the four corners, right? If you're going to burn a candle, your candle, if you're going to burn a candle, this is where you wrote for your petition, right? You don't necessarily have to put the candle on top of the paper. You don't necessarily have to do that. Tape it. Working like that. Ancestor money, I don't use ancestor money. But if it works for you, you know, I use real money. Your work will move faster if you use real money. That's a sacrifice. Thank you, sweetheart. You're trying to do you doing money work, right? And everything is a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice for everything that you do. It's payment for everything that you do, one way or the other. So make sure what you're doing lines up with what you want. Do you burn real money to the ancestors? Yep, I sure do. Any working that I do, whether it's for myself or anybody else when it deals with money, I'm going to either burn the money if I'm supposed to, or I'm going to give the money to somebody who needs it. What do you do with the ashes? You put the ashes around your front step, your back step. You can put the ashes in some money oil. I mean, it's no limit. You can put the ashes in a dress candle. You can put the ashes in something that you're going to use again for prosperity. Thank you. Remember, y'all got to make this stuff make sense. If it don't make sense, it just, you're just doing something. But say you're doing it. All right. Now, I know everybody like to use Florida water. If you use Florida water, hey, that's you know. But you can also use other types of cologne. Okay? You can use tobacco cologne. You can cleanse your stuff with this tobacco cologne. Geechee ancestors love tobacco. Why you not going to give them some tobacco cologne? Why you not going to do that? Well, thank you, Shyla. Is it all? So just make it make sense. If you're trying to do some type of love work, some type of drawing work, some type of sweetening work, cleanse your stuff with something like this. Rose spray, lavender spray. You're doing road openers. Use the orange cologne. If you don't have nothing else and you got some type of cologne, I say orange cologne. You're trying to do a road opener. Okay, you take your candle, you're going to cleanse it with the orange cologne, right? You don't have no herbs. You don't have nothing, right? Write down, if you're using the scripture, write down whatever scripture that you're going to use. Burn it. You can use hoist as well. Burn that piece of paper that you're going to use, that you wrote the scripture down on, right? You don't have no herbs. You don't have nothing else. Dress your candle with the ashes that came from the paper that you burnt. Pay attention to what I'm saying, y'all. Use the paper that you burnt, the ashes from the paper that you burnt that had the scripture on it, or your petition on it, or whatever the case may be. Dress your candle with the ashes. Get you a set of keys. Put it in front of that candle. Light it. State your prayers and petition. Call your people. And let your work work. You don't have to always be what's the word I want to use? Flamboyant. Some things are simple. Some things are very, very simple. Yeah, flamboyant, because a lot of people like to dress stuff up, put 15,000 herbs on the candle and light it, and make you think you're doing something. It ain't nothing but herbs burning. The herbs burning and causing the wax to melt fast. That ain't no damn spirit. That's just herbs burning. Dry herbs burning. Hey. That's why I say you don't have to. It don't take all that. I'm telling y'all. Even when you're dressing candles, you really don't need that much, because if you're dressing candles with herbs, then you're doing root work. That's root work. Okay? If you're calling on the spirits and your ancestors or whatever, that's conjure. When you call on these spirits of herbs, hold on. Like for instance, this devil's shoestring, right? So if you're calling on the spirit of that herb and you get that herb to do what it needs to do, and then you dressing it, putting it in this candle, whether you burn it on a charcoal disc or whatever you're doing, that is root work. That is root work. Now, when you call on your spirits to come in and assist you with that work to move, that is conjuring. Okay? You have to wake it up. You have to tell it what to do. That's why people, especially down here, don't eat from other people that you don't know. And sometimes you don't even eat from people that you know, because they can fix your food with them same damn herbs and mess you up. You can blow smoke on it, you can blow alcohol on it. But don't be no damn fool, I'm telling you. People will fix you in front of your face, meaning that they will root you in front of your face, cooking for you. Child, I'm about to block you off my live. Y'all, that's my grandbaby. But no, how can I say it? We are in a new age to where spirituality has become popular on the internet. So therefore, people are either taught or they're teaching other people to do work, but it's not the type of work that you would do where if you were in somebody's face personally. Y'all get what I'm saying? I'm gonna use an example. If my grandmama did not like you and you were talking to her, she will have something in her hand twisting. Just like that. Twisting your ass up the whole time. That's just what she did. Hey. So a lot of things that's taught or talked about on here, hey, is not so much what's done in person. When you twist somebody up, you cross them up. You block them. You know, a lot of words that is used today in the spiritual community are different ways from what we said. If somebody root you, somebody fix you, or somebody work you. If somebody put something on you, here we'll say somebody either fix you or somebody done work you. Hey, I had to take a break from TikTok because God knows. How do you get stronger? By strengthening your ancestors. That's how you get stronger. This is an ancestral practice. So therefore you work with the ancestors. Your strength comes from them. Yep. Yep. Even when you go on to other religious practices, you need your ancestors. Thank y'all. What if I don't know mine and my family says they're mean? How do you build a relationship and venerate? You venerate first. You venerate and you elevate first. Are you a polar? No, I initiated into Isheshe. But I saw your video, Tiffany. Congratulations. Can ancestors be distant or hard to reach? Well, it depends. A lot of times when it comes to ancestral connection and it seems like it's harder, somebody rejected their calling. So you practice hoodoo in addition to that. I practice hoodoo first. And I just got initiated this year. And let me tell you something. What's your name? Europe? Okay. Don't think for 1 second that any practitioner, myself, anybody on this app, anybody in real life, just do one thing. Don't ever think that. Never. You never let your left hand know what your right hand doing. Reason being is because you will have enemies and you don't consider them an enemy because you don't pay their ass no attention. But in their mind, they hate you. And they're trying to ruin you. So if they don't know how to come at you, you get what I'm saying? That makes a big difference. So no, ain't no spiritual worker. I'm talking about a spiritual worker. Nobody's going to do just one thing. Can someone block your ancestor? I guess you're saying connection? Yeah, they can. But somebody asked me a question about, what was it? Let me find it. I'm sorry, I forgot what I was talking about. How do you get started tapping into your gifts? You got to understand yourself. You have to understand yourself. You got to learn you. Because if you don't learn you and understand who you are, what makes you tick, what pisses you off, what motivates you, how you going to know when your spirit's talking to you versus some bullshit you telling yourself? Then once you start to do that and you understand who you are, that's when the natural ability to be able to control yourself kicks in. Not saying that people not going to piss you off. Not saying that things not going to happen, that life not going to happen. You just have a different way of handling things. Okay? So, when that happens, and then you start to connect with your ancestors, they're talking to you, or different spirits that walk with you, walk with your bloodline, and they're talking to you. They're giving you the knowledge and the tools that you need in order to be successful. Do you recommend that shadow work journal or any other reading for those who want to learn more? I've never, I don't know what shadow work journal you're talking about. That's that one that's going around on TikTok. But however it works for you is what works for you. And I'm going to tell y'all this. I'm going to let y'all know. Shadow work or self-healing or whatever you want to call it is continuous. It's not a one-hitter quitter. Because the higher you elevate in spirituality, the more shit gonna come up. That stuff that you suppress, it's gonna come up. And it's gonna come up through other people. If you're a reader and you start reading people, and all of a sudden everybody's situation is reminding you of yourself, that's a part of you gotta work on. It's not easy. It's not easy. You know, and I have a genuine concern for younger people that's starting their spiritual journey through just reading books. Because it gives you a false sense of reality. What you're reading is what somebody else went through. Not saying that it may or may not help you. I'm not saying that. But you are an individual. You're not like nobody else. Therefore, your journey is not like anybody else. Whatever you went through, other people didn't go through that. You get what I'm saying? Hoodoo was birthed out of oppression. Understand that. Hoodoo was birthed out of oppression. So if you can't deal with the issues that you have, the traumas that you have, and then you call in these ancestors that experience nothing but trauma, you're going to have a problem. Thank you. That's my concern for younger people. It's not that nobody trying to gatekeep and not tell you anything. But when you jump into something too quick and you open your eyes too quick, sometimes it can drive you crazy. Like, really. End up in mental institutions and people think that you got some type of psychiatric problem, but no, you got a whole bunch of spirits that's attached to you, and you're hearing all of these things and you can't get these voices out of your head, so they think you're schizophrenic. They're going to deal with you clinically They're not going to deal with you spiritually. So, you know, just understand that. I feel like that happened to my son. It happens to people all the time. All the time. You know, they're diagnosing these people as being psychotic. But in some cases, it's spiritual things that is going on with them, but they're not going to be able to address that because that is a hospital. Psychiatric hospital, they don't do that. So just make sure you're careful. Use your common sense. If it don't seem right, don't do it. If it seems too far-fetched, don't do it. Yep, now the government admitted to aliens. Let me tell you something. The government got psychics on deck. Believe it. They got psychics on deck. Exactly, Liddy. They know more than, got more access than anything else, anybody else. Any advice to dreamers? Try to pay attention to what's going on around you when you're having dreams. Okay? Because some people dream straight, like my sister, and then some people dream in like parables. Like, you know, they'll get a dream about something that's going to happen, but it comes in like a parable. It's not straight. So pay attention to what's going on in the dream. And then ask for discernment. Petition for discernment. Yeah, and sometimes dreams are the opposite. But I don't usually dream the opposite. Everybody is different when it comes to dreams, but I don't usually dream the opposite. Hey. Yep. Is it possible to dream both ways? I'm pretty sure it is. You know, I think we dream all the time. You may not remember. I think we all dream all the time. We just don't remember our dreams. Now, let me tell you something about the trickster. To me, when your people show up in your dreams, the communication, I'm talking about your people, your ancestors and things like that. The communication is like telepathic. Their mouths don't move. Their mouths do not move. But if you have a dream and whomever you're talking to, mouth moving, they chatter, that's a trickster. My granny used to say, don't tell it at night I don't know if it's true. They used to say that, and they also used to say, if you have a dream, they used to say before day in the morning. So before day in the morning means between 3, 5 in the morning. If you dream something that time, a morning, it's gonna come true. So they don't say early in the morning. They say before day in the morning. We just talk backwards, but you know what I mean. Any advice for parents with troubled kids? What's going on? But you don't have to tell me your business. But like a scenario about what's going on. Disrespecting it and smoking. You talking about the children, the kids? Okay. If he's very angry, I don't think this is spiritual. I think that this child or this young adult needs to talk to somebody. Yeah, Janisha girl. I don't think that what's going on with your child is spiritual at all. I think that child needs somebody to talk to. Mind that person question was my need to his angry, disrespectful. Okay. Well, he has some things that's going on within himself. Hey, boys are different. And sometimes as mothers, because I have a son, sometimes as mothers, we tend to talk at them and not talk to them. And when we do that, it's like we put a wedge in between the relationship. And I don't know how old you are, but these kids are different. They're different from how we were treated when we were coming up, and things like that. You know, we did what we were told. That was it. Don't question me. You just do what I say. But you can't do that with these kids these days. You know, my grandma always told me when I was young, she said, as generations goes on, these kids are going to become wiser, but weaker. So therefore, you got to handle them differently. You're going to have to give him an outlet. You're going to have to get him somebody to talk to. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because you don't want your baby to get out in the street and get out of control, because he's looking for something that he can control. Kids are different, y'all. You don't want to put no magic on no kids. Don't do that. Don't do that. Some kids are just evil. I'm keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. Some of these children are terrible. And usually when a child is bullying somebody, they're trying to prove a point. Okay? And they're just trying to prove a point. So, my little cousin used to get bullied, right? Her mom put her in karate. I'm just saying. You gotta teach them how to defend themselves the right way. Little demons, honey. Ooh, I saw one in the store the other day. I wanted to take the belt, the strap off my pocketbook and tear his ass up. Ain't no way. It's no way you're gonna be yelling at me in a damn store. We about to have a problem. We about to have a problem. Anybody advice on being spiritually blocked? Block how? Anybody know me? If you don't want me to correct your kids, don't bring them around me. Now, I'm not going to put my hand on nobody else's kids, but they will listen to what I say. Don't bring your children around me. My granddaughter on here, she can tell you, I don't play with people's children. I don't play with my own. I think I'm missing the question. Okay, any advice on being trying to? Okay, I feel disconnected from my ancestors and spirit guides. Okay, so what led up to this feeling of being disconnected? Did you renege on something? Did you ask them for something and in turn say that you were going to do something and you reneged on it? Did you do that? Can you do work around becoming less scared of spirits? No, honey, you're just going to have to get some nerve. You're just going to have to get some nerve. Hey, I wasn't keeping up with the altar. I neglected it because of school. That's not an excuse, but that's your reason. So in order to get back, you're going to have to start venerating them. Then once you start venerating them again, venerating is taking care of them. It's not asking for nothing. So once you start venerating them, things will start to change. But that's why you feel a disconnect, because you were supposed to do something and you didn't do it. Like you said, you didn't keep up with your altar and all that other stuff. You can't promise these spirits something and you're not going to do it. Everything's an exchange of energy. They need us just as well as we need them. They don't work for us. We work for them. No, you don't have to have an altar, but once you do set up an altar, you're setting up a portal. And then you are, especially if you made a promise to do something, you get what I'm saying? You got to fulfill your promise. A man is only, or a woman is only as good as their word. So if you can't keep your word, that's a problem. Y'all are trying to answer some of these questions. I'm trying to answer as much as I can answer, y'all. If I miss you, I'm sorry. Okay, I've been feeling a little depressed lately and nervous about my NCLEX. So what do I need to do to feel more confident? Okay. I'm going to give you a scripture that give to people when they're dealing with anxiety or they're trying to take a test or whatever the case may be is 2 Timothy. This is for Nurse Honey. It's 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. It says that God did not give us the spirit of fear, but a power and of a sound mind. Right? You need to memorize that. You need to tear that out of a Bible. Go to the Dollar Tree, get you a cheap Bible. Find that scripture, 2 Timothy verse 1, chapter 7. Find that scripture, tear that page out. Burn that scripture, and you need to walk on it. You need to put them ashes in your shoes. You need to walk on it, sweetheart. Fear and anxiety is when your mind is controlling you versus you controlling your mind. Second Timothy chapter 1 verse 7. Hey, Nana. Yep. 2 Timothy 1 and 7. It's going to be okay. Well, thank y'all for the hat and the mustache. Second Timothy chapter 1 verse 7. It says that God did not give us a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and of a sound mind. Tear that out of a Bible. Get you a cheap Bible. Burn it. Burn that paper. Put the ashes in your shoes. You have to walk on it. Okay, can you do that for kids with anxiety? Yes, you can. But for you, where you at? Natural eye? My granny used to, when we got in the tub, make sure it was some bleach in the tub. Bleach is a spiritual cleansing agent as well. Get your kids to bathe in that. Okay, so that's who I'm hearing from, your granny. Put some bleach in them churned water. You can use a capful ain't gonna do nothing. You're gonna have to use like a half a cup full. A half a cup for kids, a cup for adults. Left shoe or right shoe for the ashes, both of them, honey. Because anxiety and fear is a spirit. You got to get that spirit up off of you. Notice that the verse says that God did not give us the spirit of fear. It's a spirit. Y'all got to understand what you're reading. Understand what you're doing. Everything has to have a rhyme and a reason to it. Exactly, Janisha. And then when y'all got these things coming up against you, the way I was taught when it comes to hoodoo, you got these things coming up against you. You got to realize that you're not fighting a person. You're fighting a spirit. Okay? That's why I tell people all the time, don't sleep on a Christian. Because if a Christian know how to work a Bible, they got you, baby. But you have to realize, if you're using the Bible in your practice when it comes to hoodoo, the scriptures are something that you need to understand and learn for yourself. Not for what they're screaming and hollering in the pulpit, but what works for you for yourself personally. Right? So therefore, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. We understand that. But we wrestle against principalities and powers in dark places. So those are spirits. You have to understand how it works. You're right, Janisha. And if 2 or 3 of them get on you, you done. It's a wrap. It's a wrap, baby. Sleep on them if you want to. Exactly. Yep. So understand what you're doing. Make it make sense. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Some people may not like what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say because I don't give a damn. I'm just going to tell you like it is. When it comes to certain denominations, they were taught to sacrifice. When I say denominations, I mean denominations in church. They were taught to sacrifice. And to them, a sacrifice, or how you're taught, a sacrifice is usually fasting. Stopping from doing something. Denying the flesh. But we do that in hoodoo as well. A lot of people don't do it because they cannot make a sacrifice. You do not know how to sacrifice anything. You succumb to whatever. You cannot deny yourself anything. If you can't deny your flesh anything, how do you expect your spirit to work? And you do not only fast in church, you do not only fast in hoodoo, you fast in other religious practices as well. You have to give up something. So I don't understand how, you expect things to move, but you ain't willing to give up nothing. It's crazy. It's beyond me. It blows me. They call me, oh, Miss Toya, well, I need such and such. Well, baby, you got to give up something. You got to fast. Oh, I can't. I got the... Well, don't ask me. Don't ask me. Who? Yep. And another thing you don't want to do is you don't want to help nobody. You don't want to help nobody because you got that crab in a barrel mentality. They got to get it like I got it. I'm just telling you. And the thing about pisses me off, y'all, people being a story, and you can tell when somebody's really struggling. You can tell. And they're in front of you and they're trying to pay for your stuff, pay for their stuff. You got money. Why you can't pay it forward? Why can you not pay it forward? But then you're going to go home and you're going to light a candle and ask for $5,000, but you couldn't pay $50 for that lady grocery. Make it make sense to me. Make it make sense. Oh, I got an altar. And this ain't for nobody. I'm not knocking nobody if you use Ancestor money. If you use it, work for you, it work for you, but it don't work for me. Okay? So, you got your altar set up. You're giving. You put the money on the altar for your ancestors. I'm talking about real money. You put the money on the altar for your ancestors. And you can hear something say, such and such need help with their bill. And it's a family member. And you can take that money off that altar and help that person. But y'all too goddamn selfish to want to give somebody something.
Just to the right, raps to the left, Arge in the middle, got seed to the death, batch full of dogs with the 60s vets. If you send me the location, then I'll be right there. And make I come check you my bill. No time, no. And my dog is on probation. Another 5 years.
You don't always have to help your family, sweetheart. What I'm saying is this. I'm not saying that you gotta support your family. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you are spirit-led, if you have intuition that you need to do something to help a particular person, then that's what you do. That's what I'm saying. Don't go out there and enabling your family, because hey, been there, done that. But just make sure that what your petition is lines up with what your sacrifice is. It's not going to always be your family that need the money. Just like I said, it can be somebody in a store. So it don't have to always be your own people. And let me tell you something. And I'm going to let y'all go. Let me show you how spirits work. Somebody asked me about a road opener. Okay? Scripture for a road opener is Matthew 16 and 19. I think that's what it is. Let me make sure. Hold on one second. Figure 16 and 19. I'm tired. I can't think straight. Yeah. Matthew chapter 16 verse 19. Okay? But let me go back to what I was saying about these spirits. When you're doing road openers. Especially road openers, blockbusters, and money work. These spirits will try you. And I'm going to tell you how they try you. They will try you through people to see where your heart is. To see what you're willing to give up. To see what you're willing to do. Anytime I do a road opener for people, I always say, give something. Buy somebody something. Because people will come up to you right after you got your work done and ask you for something, and you say no. You say no and fuck yourself. Yep, you say no and screw yourself. That's how spirits work. Whatever you asking for, they can try you with it. Whatever you're trying to get rid of, they can try you with it. I am. I'm making more workbooks. It's 15 gonna be out altogether. But I'm telling you, y'all, you gotta understand, everything is a lesson or a test. You working on anger problem. Oh, I'm doing my shadow work. I'm working on myself. I'm on my healing journey. And I'm drinking my water and minding my business and cussing everybody out. Are you serious? Jesus. And my grandma used to say, Father. Child, they quick to tell you that. I'm drinking my water, minding my business, and working on myself, and you just as nasty and evil and mean as hell. I saw your message, Charlotte. Not saying that you won't ever cuss anybody else, because I do it, you know. But what I'm saying is, while you are working on certain things, it's certain within yourself, it's certain things that you cannot do. That's just it. You have to separate yourself from certain things. I saw that message. I meant to answer earlier. Somebody said they think somebody at their job working or trying to work them. Honey, ain't nobody trying to work you. Ain't nobody trying to work you. I saw your question. If you're still in here. How do you protect yourself at your workplace? You can use things like, mojo bags, oils, powders, and things like that. But for you, where you went? Where you went? Where you at? 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 Why I can't find your comment? Who asked me that? Who asked me that? About the work, please. Oh, I see you. I'll be right here, 07. You still in here? Okay. This is what is coming up for you, sweetheart. It's not so much that you have to protect yourself. You just have to be mindful of what you say and who you say it to. Because it seems like you got a bunch of messy people. So it's not so much as protecting yourself spiritually. It's just using, logic. So just avoid mess. Somebody asks you something, you answer it. If it's about somebody, don't pay it no attention. You're welcome. All right, y'all. I'm about to get off here because this right here. I ain't been live in months. Hey, Miss Toya, it's Tiffany. Hey, girl. My money a little funny. Should I do a blockbuster? Yeah. But you need to do a cleanse, a blockbuster, a cleanse, and a road opener. I'm about to leave y'all, good people. Tiffany, you heard what I said? Hey, Miss Ruth and girl. Okay. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. If I can remember, okay.